This morning I woke up to a virtually unreal landscape out in front of us with a thick coating of ice over everything. I knew it was going on during the night because we could hear trees crashing to the ground constantly. Sometimes they hit with such force that it even shook the house, and windows and doors rattled. And when I went outside, it's something like I've never seen
massive trees down, and it looks like our power line has taken a tree or two. The trees are all bent over in various different directions, and you can hear them still cracking and popping. Our rhododendrons look a little sad this morning, and there's limbs all over the place. I can hardly get through here. The top of a tree right here, the top of a tree broke off and landed on my house. Some of my rhododendrons were knocked down by fallen limbs, and I can still hear those old trees popping in the background. We have one of those tent garages behind the house, and it definitely was wiped out by a tree. A little birch we had in the backyard went down, as well as many other trees. Our plants are all covered with ice. Some of the flowers look a little sad this morning. This cottonwood lost a big share of its limbs off. Got some cleaning up to do here on the driveway. Big limbs ripped off. Looks like we lost plenty of trees up here in the backyard. On the banks of the pond, it's pretty well messed up. The old maple looks as if it took a beating, and the alders back behind most definitely did. There's the culprit up on the roof that knocked a hole through my workspace area up on top.
One of the limbs from that alder tree speared right through the roof.
Limbs all over the place. The tree went down.
That tree went right between the shed there and this. Wow, that's a pretty big tree. Did it hit the pump house? Miss the pump house?
My grandson Joe is going to go with me out to check our Woodburn rental house out. We go past my little grape patch here and some of the other trees around. We see two of the big walnuts right along the road have not withstood the weight of the ice and have broke down, as well as the power lines are crashed to the ground. I had a cherry tree that fell right over the power line and brought it to the ground, and the rest of the place is decorated like it's all flocked for a very special Christmas as we move on down the road. All the background noise that you'll hear is ice crunching on our feet that has fallen off the trees, and some of the noise is the ice. It's beginning to warm up and some of the ice is dropping off the trees, and it just made a lot of.
I just about bet you though, your insurance company's gonna tell you you're gonna have to take down every tree within 100 feet of the top.
Oh, yeah, they might. Yeah.
If you want to insure it again.
Yeah, but that's okay. Yeah.
You want to watch out for those widowmakers there. Don't get underneath that oak tree at all. Look.
Yeah, the tops are hanging.
They're just dangling.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah.
Where he is, he's gonna be pissed off and get though.
Oh, I think he was there.
Oh yeah?
He's here?
He's not here, he was. cameras on. Oh, power, really?
What's that?
I was gonna say, what if you had his security cameras on the next way? He doesn't have any power.
Oh, yeah.
I guess, tarping that might be something. You stuck on the inside there. Find a way to keep it on. Did you bring tarps off my place? Or?
Yeah, I got that big one over. But, boy, I don't know.
That hole, what is that,
Kind of a futile.
12 feet there?
Well, I don't know how much you'd really save with it. There's already a bunch of ice and water in there. Yeah. Maybe it's better to come by when the ice is thawed and then put one on.
Well, we gotta cut that tree out.
Yeah.
And that's the other, I guess, until Augusta gets there.
Yeah.
They've gotta see it.
Yeah. You.
I'd have to run. That's got one of those little bucket things you pull behind the wave and park out here.
Hey, would you put your hand over there, Joe, for the size?
Will have to come down.
Wow. Look at those ice.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to try to get some tarps on the roof and cut some limbs off the roof. Joe and Nikki are here. Yeah. This tree came down since we were here yesterday. We're getting ready to go up and see if we can cut some of these trees out of there and get some tarps across the roof.
It looks like we're going to have a lot of really nice firewood, and even a few of the larger chunks I'm going to have them sawed up into lumber, and I can use it for my woodworking hobby. And that oak is really nice. I've used it before. there was some quite severe damage to the house, the roof, and it even broke some of the roof truss, just absolutely splintered them and knocked a little of the ceiling out down in the house. But that can all be repaired, and the important thing, no one was hurt.
Have you asked? Yeah, then don't go. You need more.
After we cut the trees that had crashed through the roof out to where we could pull some plastic over it, we're going to put a temporary plastic over it to keep it from doing more damage than it already has inside.
Here's maybe.
Yeah. What are you doing over there with the little crack hole?
They were going to clean. Yeah.
Not too bad a temporary looking patch job on the roof, but it looks like the entrance cable, the tower has been bent, and so we'll have to get an electrician out from town to repair that, and then there's not a whole lot we can do till we get started repairing the house. We were without electrical power at our home as well, and fortunately we have a fireplace that we build a fire in to warm it up a little bit in the house, and also everyone likes picnics and likes wiener roast, so we're going to have us a nice wiener roast right in the fire.
Oh, you can have it if you want.
Do you want yours all roasty and black?
Yeah. I don't know.
So how many days has it been since we've had power? since let's see, today is the 18th, and our power went out the evening of the 12th.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But we're getting by just fine. Well, let's look at it and see how it's coming.
I'll look and see how this side is. I'll get it really brown.
Okay.
It's turning black, I think.
Okay, that's good enough.
You want to look?
Okay. Bring it over here and let's see it. See how it looks.
Well, it's not really too black.
Looks fine to me.
Okay. This is already self-narrated.
Out on our porch, we've set up our camp stove so we can go camping, and we're going to have us some sausage and hamburgers and all kinds of things cooked right outside on a camp stove. And that is close enough to camping. It's going to taste super good when we get it fixed. We have borrowed a generator, so we were able to freeze up our deep freezes and a few things on it. Not a whole lot. Those, unless you have a real big generator, they don't generate a whole lot of electricity, but it got us by, so that was great. It looks as if it's working very well, and our dinner is almost ready. We're having sausage, and I boiled some sweet potatoes, and then we'll fix a salad or something else to go along with it. So we're going to eat good tonight. I have to go to town to get a few supplies, and so on the way to town, it looks like a war disaster area. They're just limbs and trees and junk off trees all over, and at least 3 different places the power line is laying flat on the road, and everyone is just driving right over it. I go on down the road a ways, seeing the power line down in numerous places. Then I see it. A power pole with a transformer on it has bit the dust right here due to the ice storm. And this power pole was broke completely off, laying on the edge of the road. On my way back, I see some fire trucks at one of our neighbors' place. I don't really see much smoke, a little bit of smoke, but I never did figure out exactly what was wrong. I'm guessing maybe they had a chimney fire, like most people, lots of people in the area hadn't cleaned their chimneys and were having to use their fires in their stove or fireplace to heat the house, and a chimney fire would erupt. So the fire department's there working it over. As I go by, I see there's a fireman up on the roof looking, but I can't tell just what he's doing. But it looks like that smoke's coming right out the chimney. So either there was a fire inside, or
No matter how bleak things look for a while, pretty soon the storm will pass and the electricity will be hooked up, and we get back to basically where we were, except I've got a lot of cleaning up to do. My grandkids probably won't be coming around much because they're worried about being put to work. Fortunately, our pickup wasn't even hit by even a limb, and the power line has been put back up. The power crews got right on it and got our electricity hooked back up again.